Hey, this is Buzz with Pickleball Buzz. Thanks for joining me yet again here on the channel. I have a wonderful interview for you today. I am interviewing Maria Nili, who's the director of Pickleball over at Pickle Garden inside the yards, located in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, a gorgeous facility of golf, tennis, and now pickleball. She has 12 courts over there, brand new, and they look great. And we are going to talk all about that here on this episode of Pickleball Buzz. So without further ado, here's my interview with Maria. Hey, this is Buzz with Pickleball Buzz here for another wonderful episode of the show, and with me is someone much better looking than me that you can enjoy this segment. I have with me Maria Nili. She is with The Yards, located in beautiful Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. That's in northeast Florida between Jacksonville and St. Augustine, and she just launched a magnificent court and facility called The Yards, and I'm going to have her talk all about it much more eloquently than I can. So Maria, thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you, Buzz, for introducing me so nicely.
Yes.
Welcome. It's very nice to have you here in our Pickle Garden at The Yards, the new facility in Ponte Vedra Beach.
That's the official name, the Pickleball Garden, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Pickle Garden at The Yards, actually.
The
Pickle Garden at The Yards.
That's nice. Now, will you be growing pickles here?
That's the plan. Yes, that's the plan.
See?
Pickles and other vegetables, but pickles should be number one.
Keeping players healthy is another benefit of this place that we did not mention yet, but since we're there.
That's the special benefit of being a member here. Like if you're missing some of the vegetables on herbs for your dinner, just come here and we'll have it fresh and ready for you.
Farm to table here at The Yards. You never knew it. Part of the reason that we wanted to have Maria join us today is that there is a movement in the pickleball industry and in sport, where you have different kinds of courts. There's three principally. There's public courts, which you may have in your market. There are community courts, which are usually serving a single community or subdivision. And then there are membership courts, like what we have here at The Yards. And they all have a different role in the world of pickleball, but it all kind of unifies. But we're going to talk specifically about some of the value that a membership court and facility brings to the market and for players just like you out there. So Maria, let's kind of hit on that. That's a great starting point.
Yeah, I agree.
We can begin with talking just a little bit about the facility, then we can talk about the value that it brings.
Yes, so the Pickle Garden at The Yards, it's a part of The Yards, the club. We have golf and tennis courts here, and this is the newest addition. Nice. It's located in a Sawgrass TPC. Wow. It's pretty. You know, every day I come to work, I'm just looking, over pretty golf course, and I'm just super grateful that I can work here.
We should mention, if you don't mind me interrupting, that Maria's facility sits right next to Sawgrass TPC, where around March timeframe each year, it brings a global audience to watch the players, the best in pro golf for the PGA, come play here. So it's a great place to be snugged up against.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And there is also Free Palms Grill restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
So during the event, if you come here for a lunch, it's extremely busy, but you might meet some of the top players who are actually participating in a golf tournament. So that's an amazing place to come and visit, whatever your needs are, golf, tennis, pickleball. Today we'll be talking about pickleball. Yes. So we have 12 courts with bright colors, a little bit different than most of the facilities in the area.
Has a Wimbledon vibe, in case you guys didn't pick it up in the background.
Yes.
Maria's choosing, because she has a tennis pedigree that she hails from. And while we're talking about it, tell us just briefly a little bit about what brought you to the sport, because we all have different paths. I used to play racquetball, and you're a former tennis, so go ahead.
Yes, I came from tennis. Last 10 years I was working for the ATP tour, and I actually still am a tennis official, white belt chair umpire. I traveled many times to all the Grand Slams, Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, and US Open, and all the other events as well, or the Masters all around the world.
Just small little tournaments, nothing big. Wimbledon, US Open,
Indian Wells. Oh,
Indian
Indian
Wells.
Wells, one of the biggest and
Yeah.
one of my favorite tournaments.
Also
actually.
a big place for pickleball now, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nationals happening soon in the fall. Hopefully, I will be able to go there to visit this amazing place for the pickleball this time.
Yes.
And so yes, that was my my previous life, which I enjoyed, and I love tennis. It is my first love. It will always be like that.
And then someone corrupted you and said, "Hey, why don't you try pickleball?" And then what happened?
Yeah, that, you know, I was one of those tennis snobs that I didn't even want to try pickleball. I remember playing with my husband, and they just converted some of our community courts to pickleball, and I was asking him, I was like, what is it? What are you playing? And he's like, it's pickle something. And I looked at it, and I'm like, oh, it's terrible. Can you hear it? The sound is terrible. I thought, you know, you're not moving at all. I'm like, no way. Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to know. And then one of our friends, who is actually a former ADP player, who was pretty high in the ranking, and he asked us, hey guys, do you want to play pickleball? And I was like, man, why?
Yeah.
And he just comes like, oh, it's so much fun. So I didn't have much choice.
Yes.
So I went and tried, and I couldn't believe it, but I loved it from the very first shot. Once we started playing doubles, you know, with my husband, with the boys, once we started playing pickleball, actually more than tennis on the pickleball court, we really realized that this is great workout. We were burning as many calories playing doubles as we would playing tennis.
Another benefit of membership courts is their ability to nurture players so that they are aware of what the rules are. They develop their proficiency and their skills. You guys have on-site professional trainers that participate. But also, I think, and we talked about it earlier off camera, when you're working and you got to come out and play, and you go to a public or a community court and they're jammed up, and you walk away, you know, just depressed that you didn't get your workout. That's one thing about a membership court that's a real benefit, that when you come here you have a court available, and it doesn't prohibit you from playing and commingling with other players of the same reason that they're out here, to get a good workout. So, you know, let's kind of dive into a little bit of the value that a membership court brings, because it's really important.
Yes. First thing I want to say is that we all are really grateful and happy that we have public courts around. I mean, you can see those courts are really busy all the time, and this shows us also how pickleball is growing and how much more courts are needed. So we mentioned public courts, which are amazing.
Yep.
Our courts, they are different, and what you said I think is super important, because in the clubs like ours, everything is structured, and you can plan ahead, and you can make sure that when you plan your time, and you know, you are a busy mom, you have a company, a lot of things planned, but you still want to go out there and get your workout, and you know, have all the benefits of pickleball, social and physical, and you just want to make sure that if you have 1 hour, or if you have a 1 hour and a half, you just go, and you know that you will get everything that you were hoping in that time.
And one thing membership courts do to a premium is do great events, and we're going to talk a little bit about mommy events and other things. So let's jump into that.
The mamas come directly to the courts, and we have 1.5 hours dedicated for them. So we do 30 minutes and we alternate it, so it's 30 minutes of skill drilling or pickleball fitness, when we really work on a footwork, and it's like a cardio exercise is amazing, and then 1 hour of play, so mamas playing together, having that great time, you know. It's great for their mind, not only body but for their mind. It's their time.
It's like pickleball gym.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Get that
It
kind of
is.
cardio workout.
I am, because I am a big fan of the cardio and exercise. I'm also a fitness instructor. I didn't really work much in the last years as a fitness instructor, but it is still in me. So I really enjoy creating the programs that include all the fitness and cardio, and we put it together. We do not forget about stretches before and
Nice.
after. That is super important, and we teach this on every hour. Clinic starts with the warm-up.
Nice.
And it finishes with the stretch. That's a must, and we believe that if you do this, you will be able to enjoy pickleball for as many years as possible. So I think that's really a
Really
good
big one.
point
In
for
fact,
everybody to remember.
Maria makes me think that we did a piece with Garrett Nealon from Athletes Prehab, and prehab is a new kind of nomenclature around getting yourself not in rehab, but in prehab. You kind of warm up and get yourself loose, and you offer that kind of a preliminary loosening, which people skip. I mean, a lot of times people come out, pick up a paddle and a ball, and then they end up pulling a muscle. So this is really essential
Yes, people
to your
think
health.
the warm up is they just go and they dink and they
Right.
think this is the warm up, and this is wrong. It only takes 10, maximum 15 minutes. It can be shorter, but
Yeah.
I would say 15 minutes is the right time to really make sure that you warm up all the joints, going from ankles, knees, hips to upper body.
Yep.
And this way you can prevent injuries.
Well, also in the events, and the ones that come to mind, there was a pizza night, and then they have ladies' night here that draws huge crowds, and then you also had one of the pros show up recently, Jay DeVilliers, right?
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
yes.
he was great,
I
right?
really like to come back to the memory of the clinic that we have with Jay. I had a very high expectations from the clinic. I heard a lot of great things about him, but I couldn't imagine it being better. Jay as a pro, he's obviously a great athlete, amazing pickleball player.
Very approachable, right?
But
Yeah.
exactly, this is what makes this clinic special. It's his personality. He is funny. He remembered every single name of every participant in probably 10-15 minutes. He was addressing everybody by their name. I was so impressed.
Thank you.
And I think you are doing a fantastic thing to also grow the sport and make it more popular.
Well,
Thank
that's
you.
the idea. Thanks again for joining us here on Pickleball Buzz.
Thank
You won't have to kind of search around for all the things we talked about, because in the show notes below where it says show more, you can click there and I'll have links to the yards, to this great facility, and to everything that we've talked about will be included for your perusing pleasure. And again, we thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time here on Pickleball Buzz.